Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of Lego. It's that happy time again when we have another wonderful update in Sloth City. And what is happening today in Sloth City? A lot of little things, really. One thing that is going on is we have several more vehicles, and some of them are cars, like you can see Clement and Yama in the Ford Anglia there. And if we look over here at the Brick Street Customs Garage, you can see that the Scurriers have acquired a fine vehicle that they are wanting pimped out so that they can ride in it. And so that is what the fine owner of the garage is going to be doing for them. They are discussing, what sort of modifications need to be done on that fine vehicle. And we have these new citizens, and because apparently Krang is his species, so we're going to say that his name is Cheech. And Cheech, of course, has appendages, but they are designed for his own home planet. They're not really designed for terrestrial things. So he has his mobility device, which is kind of a cross between a hover-round and a golf cart, perhaps, but it is street legal here in Sloth City. And because he has one, his friend Screech, even though technically he can fly, thought it would be a really cool thing for him to have one of those fine mobility devices, and then they could drive around the streets of Sloth City together, getting into trouble and, driving like bats out of hell. So they both have fine vehicles for driving around that are narrow enough to get where they need to get to, and then they can just, park them outside, if they want to go inside a building, because I don't think that they'll probably fit through the doors. But for anything else, they're good, and it's not like, they don't have the use of their limbs. It's that their limbs are not really designed for terrestrial activity, that's all. So, it's easier for them to use these when they are going places. It's much quicker. It's much easier. That's why they have them. So, we have those nice mobility devices. We have those nice cars. Over here, we have another fine vehicle that is going to be a tow truck or tow vehicle just as soon as we get the tow apparatus that is not currently here needs to be attached to it, but in the meantime, they're learning how to drive the thing. We also have these nice new citizens, a couple new Nexo robots, and a nice droid, and a fine Manta Warrior, and Lorenzo there has invited his boyfriend Nick. And so boyfriend Nick has come to Sloth City to be here with his boyfriend Lorenzo, and we always love to see stories of happy couples. So it's nice that Lorenzo feels so at home here in Sloth City that he felt good in recommending that his boyfriend come here and give up whatever it was he was doing or wherever he was doing it and come here and find something to do here in Sloth City. And so I don't know what he's going to be doing, but whatever it is, they're going to be doing it together. And the Rock Monsters and their friend have invited their cousin Rock Monster, and so now we have 3 Rock Monsters and their friend, and so they're going to be a nice little circle of friends. And so we have nice cousin Rock Monster, who is here to join his other cousin Rock Monsters and their friend. So we have that fine family thing going on, with a already, built-in circle of friends, because family are friends. And we have had more developments with the library, so it is looking more secure and is even closer to being finished. Have got a lot more unnecessary pieces pulled out to make it more sturdy. And we have this nice green place on a terrace or something on top of the first floor where people can go, and we're going to be putting in some benches where you can sit and read. And there we have the sloth mascot of Sloth City, who is hanging out enjoying that new green space. And what else is going on? I showed you in the last episode about the Jackstone Airfield, and yes, indeed, if we come over here, you can see here it is. And so we have those nice angles, and it doesn't quite fit the space where I put it, so there's going to need to be some plates put in to kind of, fill in around it, but I still think that it looks really, really cool. We've got planes here going on. We have modifications to this plane. The shiny engines got taken off and the wheels got taken off and other wheels got put on, and the shiny engines got put onto this plane over here, and the big wheels got put on because otherwise the shiny engines drag the ground. That's why this one has the little wheels and this one has the big wheels now, because I thought that since it looked like a bigger plane, it had bigger wings, they were better supported with the engines than the original one. So we have that fine new vintage Jackstone plane in our airport. And putting in that airfield meant relocating all of our happy couples in our happy couple residential housing neighborhood. So now we have the grocery store and we have the houses running along here. They're again packed in pretty tight. And this is the space that had all been parked, so it's all going to need to be reconfigured. Not sure what's going to be going on with the streets. Obviously, we're going to have to make the stage smaller and make a pathway here so that people can get to their homes. So yes, once again, things are kind of in a state of flux, but we have new and interesting things going on every day. Here we have another tree going on that's either going to be in the park or is going to end up at the Sloth Sanctuary when the Church of Sloths Sloth Sanctuary gets built. It is already kind of built in that the set that it is going to be modded from is built, but that doesn't look like a sloth sanctuary, does it? It looks like a Hogwarts thing. So that needs to be modified so it no longer looks like a Hogwarts thing. So I think now I have shown you everything that there is to be seeing in Sloth City today. So thank you for joining me for this little update. Of course, things are happening all of the time, so pretty soon there will be more things to be updating you on, and I hope you will join me for that. If you have any suggestions for Sloth City, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you for coming, and I hope that you, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO, have a most excellent day.